Welcome to MoneyTreez Gaming, the premier X-Toads and Blockbones NFT channel. This is my personal NFT journey and not financial advice. Thanks for hopping in, and let's get today's video started. Welcome back, all my Web3 gamers out there, to MoneyTreez Gaming channel. We've got an exciting new project to share with you from GALA Games called Common Ground World. Got to throw a shout out to my buddy Web3 Reviews. His link is down in the description. Do give him a follow. Check his videos out. He does a lot of Web3 reviews, but he put me onto this, and I am having a ton of fun with it, and I'm excited to bring it to the channel. Before we get started, please do help your boy MoneyTreez out. Hop down there, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you're playing Common Ground World, throw me a comment down on the video and maybe let's get a guild going or something. That would be pretty fun to do with some community members. But let's get started and let's check it out. And of course, if you want to check out Common Ground World yourself, the link will be down in the description. So here on the homepage here, there's a couple different game modes here. There's Common Ground, which I've been playing, Casual, which I haven't got into, and Events, which I also haven't got into. So we're going to get in here to Common Ground. This does take a moment to load. And here we are. This is the start of my little village. Of course, MoneyTreez Village. And this has been a fun little game. It's similar to Farmville, which I didn't really get into. You start with a little bit smaller plot than this. You start with a 5x5. I'm up to about a 7x5. The way that you expand in this game is if you click these little dead plots next, you'll see that it'll cost you to remove down here 250,000. It starts out at 25,000 to remove a plot of land that you can build on. And you guys, it's just a fun little grinded out farmers game that doesn't really give you much of a tutorial. Actually, there's no tutorial really to get started. You kind of got to figure it out. One thing I'll say is at the beginning, you start with just kind of planting some crops and selling those. So you start with this little silo here, which will hold 20 crops, basically. You can sell. You use this truck here to sell plots of 10. So you have to get 10 of an item in order to sell it. So I've got 4 wood. You see, I can't sell it until I get a plot of 10. And then you start using your crops and whatnot to make items, such as if you go back in here, you'll see these salt. We make those. I'll show you how those are made. We've got some milk going. We've got some wool going and some eggs going. And so essentially, I ended up building 2 storehouses. So the trick, let's look at the items real quick. The trick to this game, I think, when you're starting is you have to build the items that you're going to use to hold your items first. So down here, you'll see we've got the woodshed. This is only for 2,000. This holds 10 wood. We've demolished that and we've built the lumber yard down here for 20,000. And this thing holds 20 wood. So that's what we're rocking now. This storehouse here you need to build if you want to hold items such as the salts, cakes. I haven't got into all the liquor, strawberries, that kind of stuff yet. You kind of want to start with specific items first because you don't have a ton of storage. And again, it takes 10 plots of 10 items in order to be able to sell the items. And basically that's what you have to do in order to expand your little village. So you'll also need, the lumberjack house if you're going to, and they all have the little information button here. So you'll see if you have a tree or a tree farm, you'll need a lumberjack to help. So he basically comes out, chops your trees down. These are the crops that you kind of start with. I started with the sugar cane. So I was making sugar cane and I forget what those made. I think they just made sugar, and then you sold the plots of sugar. So when you sell the items that it takes the 10, sugar cane, 10 wheat to make, those items sell for much more. So, for example, if we go into the little sell car here, 10 wood is only worth about $2,500, where you'll see my 10 salts here are worth $22,500. So we're going to go ahead and sell this little batch of salt here. This does take 30 seconds basically for the guy to run into town and then get back. I've also noticed you need to stay on this screen for the 30 seconds that he's gone. Otherwise, if you go somewhere else, the time doesn't move on that. So just a helpful little hint there. You'll see this guy walking around. He's collecting and watering my crops. So this is the little watering hole. This fills up, I believe, every like 30 seconds. Yeah, every 30 seconds. And then he takes that and dumps it on the crops. Or you can see like the wheat field. If I got one that's, yeah, here you go. This one needs 1 water to get going. And then the timer starts down on that. He'll also come over here. This is a wheat that just finished. He'll pick that. And he'll take it over and put it in the silo. Again, the silo has its 20 storage. This is the first item crafting building that I made, is the windmill. And you'll see if you go into craft, yeah, so the sugar was the first thing I made. It took 3 sugar canes and a piece of wood. Then I went and decided to build the salt fields because they were more expensive. And you do get a little bit more for selling the salt. But it takes 4 salt brines and 2 pieces of wood to make the salt. And so that's basically what I'm doing. So I've got my 4 little salt fields right here. So that's basically feeding this. My little lumberjack, this is the lumberjack guy I was talking about. So as the tree farms, I'm down to 4 tree farms because I don't seem to be using quite as much wood. Using a lot of wheat because I just expanded into the animals. So we'll talk about the animals here in a minute. But he'll come out and he'll chop the trees down, and then he'll store them in the lumber yard here. So you'll see I've got about 4 wood. I did just sell a batch of 10, so my wood's staying, fairly replenished. We're happy with how that's going with the 4 tree farms, and I've got, I believe, 9 wheat fields. So in your items here, you have a bunch of things that you can kind of get into here. It looks like a pier once you maybe get built out towards the lake. So purchase another trade depot if you want. I just wait the 30 seconds. I don't think it's worth having 2. And then you get into the animals. So again, you need the ranch house. This is a lady that comes and, grabs the wheat from the silo, takes it over to the feed mill. So you'll see the feed mills. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those out here. And that's one of the reasons why I have so many wheat fields, because it takes 2 wheat to start these. These take 5 minutes. And then basically she'll take the feed and put it here into the trough. So if we go back into the animal section here, you'll see the trough. You need the feed mill and you need the trough if you're going to get started with animals. So then what I did was I started with the cow. The cow down here costs you 30,000, and then this will make your milk. And in order to make the milk, takes 8 feeds. You need 1 wood and 1 water. So obviously the wood and the water has been fulfilled here. He's waiting on 3 more feeds, and then we'll get another thing of milk. And then again, when I get 10 milks, we sell it. And then I also got some chickens here. They only take I didn't mean to rotate that, but they only take 3 feed, 1 wood, 1 water, and those make the eggs. And then the sheep here, these guys take a little more. They take 8 feed, 1 wood, 2 waterings, and those make the wool. And those do sell for a pretty penny. Let's see, those sell for 37.5. The eggs only sell for 21,000, and the milks for 40,000. So obviously, the more feed and stuff it takes. We've got the salt coming in from the windmill, and those take 22,500. We get for those. Is that from the windmill? So yeah, you can see my windmill is stopped right now, and you'll see my little lady. Here comes the farmer. He's bringing the salt from the field, and now she'll run over and grab that, take it back to the windmill, and then that'll start that thing going again. So now in 18 minutes, we'll get another thing of salt to sell. So that's kind of how it works in a jiffy there. It's really about making sure that you have your buildings. I've got 2 of the storehouses because I went a little quick. I got the chicken and the sheep a little too quick. Maybe I didn't. Most of this was trees. I had a ton of wood. Again, I had the big lumber yard here, and this storehouse used to be a small wood shed, so I had like room for 30 wood. But now I've got the 2 storehouses because again, it does take lots of 10. I can't emphasize that enough. If you get stuck to where both of these fill up and you don't have a lot of 10, then you've got to flush your entire warehouse and you lose everything in it. You can't, unfortunately, just flush the milk or flush the eggs. So I guess your other option is to build another storehouse and add items in there that way until you get a lot of 10. So It's fun. You can build more water wells if you need your farmer. If you get a lot more crops and you need your farmer to be watering quicker, you can get another water well. You can even buy another farmhouse, get a couple farmers going if things start getting backed up. So it's really a game where I kind of let it sit overnight and then come back in the morning and see, okay, what's full, what's not full, what's running smoothly. Even with the 9 wheat fields, I don't seem to be able to get all 4 feed mills. Now, I just expanded to 9 wheat fields here just recently, so possibly we might get caught up on wheat. Otherwise, we're going to have to expand out here a little farther and get another wheat field going. So that's pretty much it. We're going to keep expanding this. Obviously, there are some also rules to some of these buildings where they have to be built next to a road. But everything in here basically tells you, if the mushroom, this mushroom farm specializes in cultivating mushrooms that flourish in low light, growing faster in the shade. So there are 5. I don't know. I don't know what the signs mean exactly. I did go read them. This is one sun. I don't exactly quite understand yet the shade and the sun and stuff. But you can go onto their website and check it out and read it. I haven't run into any problems yet with anything growing too slow. If things get to where they're not able to grow, it'll slow down the development of the items. So I haven't really run into that yet. There's other things too that you can get into farming. You have I call it the sushi, the sushi, the fish, seafood, whatever you want to call it. Probably the seafood, as there is a seaweed farm, rice field. You got your wasabi farm and shrimp farms. Of course, you have to build your seafood warehouse first. That would be the first thing that you want to build before you start, getting into the fish farms and whatnot. The wild net fishing, I'm betting, yeah, net fishing for your ocean and river edges. So you've got to expand to the ocean or river first before you can get into the wild net fishing. Let's see, the shrimp farm. You can grow a lot of crustaceans in the small pond, so it doesn't look like you need to be next to water or anything there. Again, we don't have the space, obviously, right now. We're just trying to kind of get the crops and the animals going. Here's some other things you buy, dirt road, clay fields, ponds. Maybe you need to build the pond in order to build the fish pond. I'm not sure exactly. There's even a paved road if you want to get fancy. Those that's if you got a lot of money laying around. They're 30,000 a piece. This also does take NFTs. They are really expensive. They give you a huge advantage. So I don't know what these are exactly. Panner house. The panner lives here. He picks up ores from panning sites. Oh, okay. So you can start mining copper and gold and all that. Okay. So I bet this probably needs to be by the river. With the help of a panner, use this pan site to find gold ores. So, okay, you can go gold hunting. Lots of different little industries within this game. Looks like here's your wind turbine, fuel, if you want to get into the oil markets. Water pumps, yeah, sand mine. This is more like an oil kind of industry, gas and oil stuff. And then is this the NFTs? No, this is just decorations. So this is where you get into the NFTs on the game. It's this blue GALA box. I don't have anything in my inventory, but you can visit the store here. And it takes you over to this tab. And like I said, these NFTs are expensive. Like here's a tiny bakery. It's $200. This little fundamentals storage is $100. There's only 341 sold though out of 400. Yeah, they're just really expensive. They obviously give you a really big advantage in the game. Let's see if we can look at just some common. No results found. Okay. So here's an uncommon NFT that we found. It's 90% off right now. It's only $10. Tailored for new players joining Common Ground World inside the town hall. Great plans are made to start your journey with a heads up. The building casts one passive water to its surrounding tiles. makes builders and farmers from farmhouses faster, and decreases the time that tree farms and wheat fields take to grow. This NFT is unstackable and receives no play to earn rewards. So this somehow is a play to earn. I haven't quite figured that out yet. Let's look at maybe a couple more NFTs here. So here's a little more rare. It's a mushroom stand. It's 150 bucks. Step into the world of fungi, spreading the essence of the forest to building around it, generating one mushroom for structures surrounding it. This NFT does not receive play to earn rewards. So again, I don't know how the play to earn works exactly in GALA Games yet in Common Ground, but it could easily be a thing that essentially would just need to open some kind of marketplace and turn, the crops and whatnot into NFTs, which would be awesome and a lot of fun. I'm really waiting for a game to do something like that. There was a farming game that was similar to that on the Wax blockchain, but I got in real late and it was basically just crashing as I was getting into it. So it'd be cool if a farming game like that came along again. Hopefully this might turn into it. And yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. Again, thank you Web3 Reviews for suggesting this game to me. Do give him a follow. His link is down in the description. Again, he does a bunch of different Web3 reviews and he's really into the GALA music. So definitely check him out. Appreciate you guys rocking with MoneyTreez. Web3 gamers, take them to the outro. Got the money in the bank like it's intertwined. Thank you for watching today's video with MoneyTreez Gaming. Don't forget to like and subscribe.